So we are already live, and this is the Kickstart Your Virtual Assistant Career this holiday, and this is a free workshop for everyone. I'll be muting everyone for now. We have another joiner. That's Mina. I'm not sure if she would be joining us actually anytime soon, but hopefully she would. My name is Joanne. Just call me Jay. I'll kick everyone or anyone who would call me Joanne. Jay's just too girly for me. Um, my partner, my business partner here is Rochelle. She's the co-founder of Virtual Staffing Hub, and Virtual Staffing Hub actually is a well, as the name says or implies, it's like a staffing. We're not an agency, but it's a staffing company, meaning that we get clients in the U.S. In Australia, we have clients in the US, we have clients in Australia, and we also have clients in Malaysia. And we started as a staffing company. We started looking for VAs. When we started doing that, a lot of individuals who haven't had any experience as a VA wanted to apply. Normally, I would be okay with that as long as they have the skills, especially the comm skills. But the clients actually prefer them to have experience, whether it's just generally being a VA or on specific, let's say, software or devices that they would need for them to be able to do the task that they're going to be given. Now, you could ask why an individual who hasn't had experience yet um, can't be hired. And I mean, they can be trained, right? It's just that, okay, Shell, go ahead and send it. Sorry. It's just that sometimes the clients wouldn't have enough time to train anyone. And our team, we are not really capable in training everybody, um, aside for the basic training when it comes to other softwares. Okay. So this actually, the Virtual Staffing Hub Academy, wherein all the workshops would be given and would be done, it actually got it was actually born because a lot of individuals started messaging us and wanting to know how to be able to join the team even if they don't have like an experience yet. So basically what we did is we started having this idea of giving you guys um, a workshop, a free workshop to get you guys started with your own VA career, okay, or careers. So here we are right now. I would like to know which one of you actually took the time to research what a virtual assistant is. You can unmute your mics and let me know. Jani,
You want me
let's
to answer?
let's
I've
go with
yet.
you first.
Okay. As I understand, a virtual assistant is a person who works remotely. You can do things like mess, email, email management, things like that, or a secretarial. It's like a secretarial job, but you are working from remotely. It's
Yeah,
virtual, so it's
great.
online.
All right. Jude, how about you?
Yes, I've read all about VAs and things that can be found in an actual office can be also be found
Yes.
in the virtual career.
Mm-hmm. All right. Man, I'm not sure if you could, if your mic is working, can you talk?
Her mic is not working, but she can hear you guys. I think
Okay.
we're chatting.
So
All right.
chat.
If you can hear us, just go ahead and type your answer. Let's go with your mark.
Okay, well, a virtual assistant, just like what what's your name again? I'm sorry, Miss Girl using an electric fan with yeah,
Dan,
Danny.
it,
Danny, yes.
yeah, yeah. Just like with Miss Danny, it's we work remotely. It's a personal secretary, and our tasks would really vary from depending on our clients to something like that.
Yes. How about you, Rich? How about you share something to us, Miss Rochelle N?
If I'm going to say it, I will spoil my presentation later. But yeah, basically being a VA means working remotely. So you
Mhm.
have clients from all over the world. You can work at the comfort of your home, and my little one is bothering me. Pardon for her noise. The same time, you get to learn a lot of things, a lot of skills. Um, Again, I will spoil the content of my PowerPoint
All
if
right.
I
Well,
say.
let's not do it, but at least you're able to give us like a an idea about
Yeah.
how you think what or our virtual assistant is. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So Rich would actually have like a presentation later. She would be tackling like she would be busting some myths that most individuals think that actually works when they are a virtual assistant. Okay,
Okay.
so I would like to ask you guys to let's say present everything on your own in a way, like present yourself rather. Let everybody know and what your skill sets are, your hobbies, what you do when you're not working. Just let us know something about yourself. Um, let's time this because we don't have much time, especially for Jani. Let's go
So,
ahead and
can I go first? I'm
give
22 now.
everyone. Let's go ahead and give everyone 5 minutes to do that. Okay, go ahead and start, Jani.
Hi, good evening. First of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone. Please call me Jani. I am a full-time mom for almost 17 years now, that long. I have two teenage boys. My eldest is grade 11 and my youngest is grade 8. Um, before I embraced motherhood, I used to work as a coordinator for events and TV commercials. And after giving birth to my eldest, well, I stopped working and just devoted my time to my family. When I'm not working, well, I'm not working. So most of the things that I do is taking care of the house, cooking, the usual things that a mom does, and I also do painting and some reading. What else? Uh, just ask me, please. I do not know what to say. I have zero experience with. All of us have zero experience with VA, but I also don't have any experience with BPO. Uh, so I'm really nervous about this, but well, I'm here. So thank you for the opportunity for our mentors. Thank you for this blessing.
Hmm.
Hope to learn from you guys.
Well, we hope so too. Well, Jude, let's go with you.
So, hi everyone, I'm Jude. I'm married with one children and another one coming hopefully next month.
Wow,
I used to work
congrats.
as a thank you. I used to work as a reports analyst in one of the top BPO in the country. And when I'm not working, I love reading and surfing the internet. That's all.
All right. I would really love to call on Mayan, but I don't think again she would be able to.
I can introduce her to you guys if you
Okay.
want to.
By the way, guys, Clarissa is actually Mark's cousin, right?
Yeah, Mayan is my cousin. She's a
Okay, go
graphics
ahead.
designer. She graduated from St. Benilde yata yun? Yeah, St. Benilde, and she's
Hey,
living in.
EOP.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, she graduated from St. Benilde, and she's a graphics designer. She's good at making designs. She works. She actually made my company logo too, and she's been making logos and banners and calling cards ever since. Unfortunately, she doesn't really talk that much. That's why I talked to Jo, and I told her that my cousin is quite shy. I'm the talkative guy, so I do the marketing for her, so I can get clients who wants to do graphics design. I would pretend that I know graphics designing, but I actually don't, and I give the job to her. So I'll be her voice, she'll be my hands.
But we would be changing that soon, okay? Because
Yeah.
I'd like everyone to be able to like speak for themselves. I'd like everyone to be able to like give their own opinions using their voices, right? And I would like everyone to have the confidence to speak, to be able to um, say answer properly when they're interviewed by the clients. Okay, so man, we'll be changing that soon. Go ahead and let us know you, Mark.
Yeah, me. Yeah. So anyway, I think John knew me from another class. So she has stolen my heart. Just kidding. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Marvin, and I live in. You can call me Mark. I think it's more Americanized. I live in Mindanao right now, in Butuan City. So, um, basically, I run a nonprofit organization here. We help a lot of homeless people in Mindanao. We build homes. We build community associations for them. We empower them to find their own jobs, for their own livelihood and that kind of stuff. And at the same time, I'm also an English teacher. I teach English online to Japanese students, and I also had the chance to go to Japan as well. The reason why I'd like to become a virtual assistant is because, in my kind of job, I meet a lot of fascinating people who have great skills. Like my cousin here, she's very good in graphics design, but she doesn't know how to use her skills. I have another acquaintance who's very good in IT, but doesn't know how to use it. And I noticed that if you're in the virtual assistant industry, there's a lot of jobs that you can do, but the thing is, they just don't know how to communicate with them. I know how to communicate with people, but that's why I'd like to outsource the jobs to them. So that's the thing. So I'm being a virtual assistant, not for myself, but for the people around me. So that's it.
Actually, guys, um, sorry, kind of happening to another one of your classmates. Okay, Mark here is going to be one of our guest mentors or speakers, or however you want to put it, when it comes to English 101. You could hear that he's got good diction, he's got
Mhm.
good comm skills, so he would be helping us out with that. Okay, now, Rich, introduce yourself, ma'am.
Do I have to?
Yes, you have to
Pardon
now.
me, guys. I will now be shifting to my cell phone. So
Okay,
give me a few seconds. I will just
okay, just
turn
join
this
us
off. Okay.
same link.
Ah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Okay, okay.
all
Thank you.
right, go ahead,
Uh,
Rich.
should we wait for her? Father.
Now let's go ahead and do this.
Okay. I'm Rochelle. I don't have to say my full name. It's quite long. Again, that's my daughter talking on the side. I won't turn my camera on because she's bothering me right now. I'm the partner of Jay. I've known Jay for quite a while now from another client.
She's my
Uh,
partner.
don't ask who that client is because we do have a bad
Really, you have to
something.
say that.
uh, I've been a writer since I'm actually a writer. Uh, I started January 2015, not so long, but sorry, I gotta laugh with my daughter here. um, quite nervous. This is the first time that we are doing a workshop. I'm not a talker. Jay knows that. I only talk in chat. I barely talk via video concert. Anything that requires me to talk, physically talk, I don't really do that. I do most of the posts in the virtual staffing hub.
Mm.
Before I went and pursue my career as a virtual assistant, I worked in a bank, in a commissary, and then in a BPO, in the call center. After I gave birth to this little girl who's
Mm.
throwing pillows at me right now, uh, I was jobless. Jobless. Then I pursued my career here. When I'm not working, which is very rare,
Yeah.
I spend time with my family. Um, and with this little one here, or talk to my husband, which is overseas at the moment, and yeah, just spend some quiet time, uh, or do the laundry. Those are my hobbies, if you can call them hobbies at all. That's it.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. So I think we're good with the introduction. Tomorrow, you guys would still have like, hopefully, two more could join us. Um, Kim would be with us by tomorrow, hopefully as well. So they would be doing the introduction by tomorrow, of course. No one gets to not do this. All right, guys. I'm hearing
Okay.
I'm hearing some background noises. I'll be muting everyone again. Sorry. Okay. So let's start. Again, this is not going to take long. We'll be touching on a couple of things within the module that we would be touching right now. This is just the introduction to virtual assistants. I asked you guys earlier if any of you actually took time to get to know what a virtual assistant really is. If you actually search Google, the very first thing that you would see or that would pop up is something like this. I'm going to post it on the chat itself so everybody could, I don't know, maybe read it or copy it. Guys, please mute your mics. I can't seem to mute everyone. So just please mute yours. Thank you. So there. It says there that a virtual assistant, typically abbreviated to VA, which is also called a virtual office assistant, is generally self-employed and provides professional, administrative, technical, or creative, even social assistance to clients remotely from a home office. This is from Wikipedia. Some people actually don't like Wikipedia, mainly because other people could actually access it and change everything on that. But basically, what I said is correct. The virtual assistant term is very vague. It's a very general, it's a very generic term. When people say you're a VA, that doesn't mean that you're, and Jan, you might want to take note of this. When people say you're a VA, that doesn't mean you're locked down to being an assistant, a virtual assistant. All right, Jude, if I'm speaking too fast, let me know, okay? All right, so when you're a VA, you could be a web developer working online, and you're still going to be referred as a VA. If you're someone who handles social media, like you work as a social media manager, you would still be referred to as a VA. You could be an executive manager, you could be a project manager, an HR or recruitment manager. You could even be like Rochelle here. She's an article and a content writer, and we still refer to her as a VA. So one of the most annoying, sorry for the term, and common misconception about being a virtual assistant is the term being different from when you say work at home or home-based jobs, right? As we already have discussed, and well, just common sense, basically, it would tell us, or it would tell one soul or one person that a virtual assistant and anything that you get to work home-based, or if you work at home, for all intents and purposes, they're just one and the same. They mean the same thing. Basically, if the work does not require you to leave the comfort of your home and battle the oh my god, traffic jam outside, where like I had to tow corporate attire. But if you're a VA, by the way, if you're a VA and your job or your employer prefers that you use your cam all the time, then hey, you could put on like a good shirt, a good blouse, or even a tube on with a blazer on top, and you could still wear your pajamas and then your flops.
Yes.
Right? Because you're not gonna be standing in front of the camera. You're just gonna be sitting there. So it's just, I don't know, waist above.
Just
You can,
keep
you
it
can
anyway.
even get rid of your pajamas. Just wear your underwear and wear some
Okay,
clothes.
let's not go there, Mark. Can we not go there yet? We could do that like on the third day. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, so just to add up on that, it's also something that if it does not require you to save enough allowance for fare, and then not for you to not physically see your boss every day. I don't mean that in a bad way. Then what you have is an actual virtual assistant job. And that, my friend, you are a virtual assistant. What would separate you from a regular virtual assistant? It's you knowing what your best skill set is. It's you knowing which skill set you actually, or sets rather, you actually excel at. And that's where we are going to be focusing on throughout this workshop. Okay? So I'll just be covering that. I'll also be giving a couple of like the usual job posts, or the usual job positions, job ads that usual clients would look for in a VA. But I'll turn this over to Rochelle first, because she would be telling us about, she'll be doing some myth busting. All right. So if you guys have questions, just put it on the parking lot for now. Just write it down or type it on your notepad, and then we'll have like a question and answer forum later. Okay, Clarissa, welcome back. I hope you could hear us. I hope this is being recorded. To be honest, I'm not sure yet, but if it's not by tomorrow, as we cover, a much more in-depth part of the workshop, we'll make sure that it's going to be recorded. Right, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, Rich, go ahead.
All right. So for my presentation, I'll be sharing my screen, and again, apologies for the little one being very, very noisy at the moment. She's very hyper. I don't know what she ate, and she's
Okay, we
chasing
can
a
still
ball
hear
right.
you.
She's chasing a ball right now. She's like a cat. Um. So I'll be sharing my screen now. If you see your face, well, sorry. Okay, so you can see Mark. Can you see Mark? Just say yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. No, no, I'll be changing that. Bear with me for a moment, Mark. Just bear with me for a moment here. Okay, so we have here myths. These are the common myths when it comes to being a virtual assistant. So you often hear a lot of things when we talk to seasoned virtual assistants, like we do this, we do that. It goes true with all careers. So um, when it comes to virtual assistants, some people might think, oh, you're working at home. Well, that's quite lazy, or it's not a real job, things like that. I've heard that a lot of times. The first time I worked as a writer, even my parents would say, will that really give you enough money to support your family? Well, fortunately, it did. And fortunately, I'm still thriving, or our family is still thriving because of this career. So, without further ado, here are the 7 myths of being a virtual assistant. So, like I said, there are a lot of VAs. Bear with me for 1 second here. Uh,
Hi, it's me again.
It's me again.
It's me again.
Sorry, Mark, it's your face. You want to join? Bear with me for one
Yeah,
second.
I have a big
Seriously?
face. Let me just
And
back it up a little bit.
I'm just trying to tell my kid to just sleep. Just give me a few seconds here. All right, going back. So there you are. There are aspiring VAs that unfortunately fail in this industry. Why? Because sometimes they believe in the myths. Now, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of businessmen who want to work with VAs. Unfortunately, some VAs do not realize this. They believe that um, it's not worth it or it's not going to work early on their careers. So we will bust these myths. Um, as as far as I am concerned, or I don't know if you are aware of it, but a lot of things have myths. Almost everything have myths. Um, so these myths of being a VA is being busted by daily by seasoned VAs, coaches, and businessmen. Um, and we, as your coaches, want to be the first one to tell you that those myths don't matter. Those myths can be over. We can overcome those myths, and we can actually be great VAs if you want to. So here is the first myth. VAs need to have multiple skills to start. So this is a myth. You don't have to be Superman to start your career in this industry. So like me, um, focus on what you can do first, then gradually move to other skills that interest you. So like me, first I was reluctant to start my VA career because um, I told myself I don't have enough skills, I don't have this, I don't have that. Just a second.
You don't have Mark?
I'm working. Okay. Um, I don't have enough skills. For me, I did not have enough skills. But I tried, I applied, and then one company, okay, this is the background of my career. Uh, so that time I was not sure of what I'm going to do, but the company said, okay, be a writer, be an article writer. I think you're good. I think you're good in English. I think you're good at that. Maybe you can do it as well when it comes to writing. So I did do the writing, and then in came the clients telling me, "Can you do this?" Well, I don't. I can't for now, but I am willing to learn. So I learned. So I got different skills from just being a writer to doing something else, to doing several things at a time. So, some successful VAs also start from scratch. Self-doubt is a dangerous thing and is what most newbies get worked up with as a VA. If you trust yourself, if you trust yourself, you can learn multiple skills if you want to. Now, the second myth, VAs can only say yes to clients. So you can see there, I did put that in caps. There will be evil clients, and I mean evil clients, who will drain a VA to the bone. So this is experienced by many VAs. This is experienced by me, maybe by Mark, and even Jay. Jay and I share a very evil client out there. You are laughing. Why are you laughing? I'm serious.
Evil.
That there are clients who will tell you to finish a task at an impossible rate. Um, but whether you are a newbie or a skilled VA, saying yes every time a client demands something near impossible to finish should not be the case. There are also clients who are aware that some Filipino VAs, especially the newbies, say yes to low rates. So, unfortunately, there are many VAs who will say yes to a $2 per hour rate, which is unacceptable, even with the type of living costs that we have here in the Philippines. Um, as much as possible, always aim to get a fair rate in accordance to the task involved in your work contract. You are your own boss. You know your skills, you know what you're worth of, and saying yes to a very low rate is like demeaning yourself or giving yourself a reason to not continue this career or not to grow in this career. Once you start at a low price, you're if you see clients um, that will say you have this rate before, why can't you, work for this rate anymore? You will self doubt. You will have your self doubt and say, okay, well, I did work for that before. I think I can still do it now. That's yellow. Sorry, that was my dog.
Yeah.
Mark, you'll see your face again.
Okay. Can I smile on the camera? Am I on mute?
You're not in mute. I can hear
Oh,
you.
holy crap.
Okay. Next, VAs have limited skills. Okay, this is in contrast with the first slide that you saw earlier. So this is also myth. As mentioned on the first bullet, VAs can learn several skills. VAs are not just secretaries, like Jay pointed out earlier. You don't just need to be an assistant to be a VA. It is up to you on how you will handle learning and doing VA work at the same time. Some clients will also express great interest for VAs who want to learn other skills. I have experienced this. I do have a client who taught me how to post things with WordPress or do things in WordPress. And this is growth. When a client expresses the interest in training you, whether it be in graphics, in web development, just grab it because that is learning, that is getting more in your portfolio. And here are a few skills that a VA can have. So data entry, this is very basic for most. And some VAs actually start with data entry, web development, content writing, this is where I started, email management or filtering, booking appointments, calendar management, research, set up, manage, and update social media accounts, transcription, and many, many other skills. Next slide. VAs can work on their own preferred time. So with this one, it depends. Being a VA, sometimes you will find clients who will want you to work in a preferred time schedule, while others will allow you to have a flexi time or flexible time schedule, work schedule. Sometimes it will be a mix. They will need you to be online or working at a specific time, sometimes 4 hours, 2 hours, it really depends on the client. For flexi time VAs, like me, I usually work for flexi or I prefer flexi time since I am a mom of a very still active baby. Um, you will need to learn time management in order to finish tasks. For VAs who have multiple clients, time management is very important since it will be the road or the way of getting things done in an effective and a timely manner. So next myth, VAs need paid tools to get clients. So this is a myth. Paid tools and applications are often provided by clients, not by VAs. But there are VAs who do have these tools or apps ready, but it's not really recommended, especially if you're a newbie. Most of the times, newbies will only need internet connection, knowledge of the internet, or of how to use the internet, a computer, uh, and a working headset and a camera. This, these will be dealt into, I think, on a later part with in this workshop by Jay. Hi, Jay. Uh, yeah. So there. Next, VAs have less distractions. So this is a myth. Like now, I do have a very cute but annoying distraction. You are at home, you don't get up early for work, and you have all the comforts at arm's reach. This is a very enticing scenario, and this is what most ads you will see about being a VA is. But no, this is not entirely true. You are very comfortable, therefore you can get sidetracked, and you can get very lazy at times. You'll feel like your mind is not working the way it should. Well, I'm not saying you'll be crazy, but there will be times that you will feel like you're out of ideas. You're you're not really feel you don't really feel like getting up and working. So it's still like working office space. You still have distractions. Okay, it's up to you on how to lessen those distractions. Like right now, I'm trying to put this girl to sleep, and of course, getting yourself less sidetracked on unimportant things. Please tell me, guys, if my daughter is getting too noisy and you can't hear me, okay? Hey, are you all asleep? Come on, say something.
No, we're actually listening. We're just on mute.
Okay. Hi, Mark. Okay, it's Jay's time. Hi, Jay.
It's my turn now.
It's your
Okay.
turn. Sorry, I'm going back.
All right.
There are many, going back, there are many distractions at being based at home or working at home, and we can get sidetracked on other things like Facebook or chatting with your colleagues. Hi, Jay. Jay is my example because I usually get sidetracked because of Jay. I love you. Next. Okay, so that's it. Sorry, that's it. Those are the common myths of working at home. Again, there are other myths that you might hear, but these are the most common. My favorite, of course, is about being your boss or saying always saying yes to your clients. I tend to to say yes to clients sometimes, most of the time, and I hate myself for that. And at the same time, I get very distracted with a lot of things, including this little girl. So I hope you learned something about this. Again, these myths are just a few, very few. There are other things that you will hear from seasoned VAs or from businessmen as well. It's up to you on how to bust these myths. It's up to you on how to learn to say no, learn to say, hey, this is just a myth. This will not help me grow in my career. That's it. Questions, clarifications, violent reactions. Jay,
Don't
I
do
don't need
that.
yours.
Really? We'll do the question and answer question later when we're
Okay.
done with everything that we'll be discussing. I hope you guys took some notes, about what Rochelle said. because I would be asking you questions if you guys don't have, or don't throw any questions later. Even if you do, I would still be asking you questions. Okay, so this is very much unlike any other workshops that you guys would be just sharing everything about yourselves. I mean, sharing things about yourselves are good, but if it goes like the same thing over and over for like a month, that's not good anymore. Okay, so kidding, Mark. So, last thing that we're going to be tackling right now, or for tonight, we're kind of crunched with time because we waited for several people. I would not be going in depth with this for now, but I would definitely be going in depth with it, say tomorrow again. Okay, so I would just be touching base, just the basic, just the usual, on the usual virtual assistant jobs or positions that are being sought after. So again, as Jenny earlier mentioned, it's basically being an assistant, which is actually correct. Um, as the term implies itself, you're basically an assistant itself. It's just that you don't have to physically be with your boss or to physically be go to the office and all that. Now, when you're hired as an actual VA, normally what your client would be asking for you is to take down notes for him, to make sure that his emails are, the emails that he's getting are properly answered on time and that it's organized, right? And then normally you would be included in meetings that your boss would have. Like it could be over a Skype call, it could be like this, and you're taking down what we call minutes of the meeting. It means that term means that you're going to be taking notes of the just the most important parts of what was talked about in that meeting or in that call. So it's basically just taking notes of it, maybe reminding your employer or your client that of those important points after the call. Okay. Now, there is also what we call lead generation. Anybody knows what the lead generation position is? Mark, you already know that. Let's go with Jude. I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Uh, I think you research for possible clients.
Yes, very good.
Like,
Mark, can you elaborate on that? You actually got that on point, Jude.
Yes,
Mark, would you
that's
like to
right.
elaborate on that?
Uh, well, it really depends. But there's a lot of there's a lot of industry that would require new clients. I think the thing that would really look for a lot of clients would be real estate agents. As you know, I think lead generation, in my own opinion, because I don't really have experience about VAs, but I've done a lot of researches and I ask a lot of freaking questions. Um, you usually, in virtual assistant, I mean, real estate agents usually hire lead, like researchers, like virtual assistants to look for clients so that they can make money. So that's how it works, I guess. But there's a lot of fields or lots of industries that need researchers. I'm just not sure, but yeah, just have the general idea.
You're actually correct with that. Both of you and Jude actually got that right. And Jenny, I hope, or Jenny rather, I hope you're taking note of that. Don't be overwhelmed. We'll be touching base, or we'll be going in depth with that a lot more as we go through the workshop. So when you say lead generation, a lead is actually an information about either a person or a company. The leads information contained like contact number, an email address, the name of the company itself, or whoever would be the name of the person of the marketing manager, or whoever is assigned for the marketing department. So it's either you call them or you email them because you are offering a service or a product. Service could be like if your client's company is like um, a website building company, a website development company, a website designing company, or you have a product to sell, like what Mark said, real estate, houses, or your team is actually buying something or properties. Mostly those are investors. Okay, so again, that's for lead generation. Now we have, and this I'm sure you guys already know, social media managers, right? So for you to be a social media manager, you have to have a lot of knowledge with the different social media platforms that we have. We have like Facebook, we have like Twitter, we have Instagram,
Pinterest. Yeah.
Pinterest. Yes, there are actually a lot more that's not really known, but there are a lot of platforms out there that you could actually get into and learn for you to be a social media manager. Now, um, some social media managers, and we would be also touching base or going more in depth on this when we tackle like the different software that other VAs and clients prefer to use. But I'll be touching a bit about this. I hope you guys bear with me. Some social media managers actually uses other software instead of doing the postings manually because it's going to like take your time. It's going to like you're going to have to be in front of the computer almost 24 hours for you to be able to do it manually. So some actually uses software, and we would be tackling that when we tackle the software part or module of our workshop. Okay, so hang in there, guys. Now, there are also job posts like an executive manager, a project manager, web developer. So there are a lot of skills out there, a lot of job posts out there that you guys could actually go into. Let's say, for example, Mark, you're very good in speaking, right? You're very good in communication. So you might actually want to go into something that has got to do with dealing with the clients or calling out clients, which would be in the real estate business. And I think you're actually wanting to get into that. Janina, I'm not sure of your skill sets yet, but we would be tackling that because we would have a module wherein we would get the nitty gritty of everyone's skill sets, and then we will be focusing on which skill sets you guys actually excel at. Okay, so that concludes for now. The it's actually just part of the module one. We still have several parts of module one to tackle by tomorrow. Tomorrow we would be on time, 9 p.m. on the dot, whether there are other batchmates of yours who are going to be late or not. Okay, guys, I'm going to be asking for like 20 more minutes from you guys for us to do the question and answer portion. If we're not going to complete 20 minutes, it's okay. But if you guys have questions from what we've discussed, especially from what Rochelle has discussed, then let's go ahead and get that now. Who would want to go first?
I have a question, Mr.
No.
Questioner.
Go.
Why not? Come on.
No.
Exactly. No. All right, go ahead, Mark.
Now, Rochelle actually started with, by becoming a content writer. How about you, Joe? I mean, what kind of?
It's for you, not
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
actually for you. I was just like referring to, because yeah, she said that she started with content writing. How about you, Joe?
I'm not very fond of you right now. I should eject you. I should eject you from this right now. But just to answer that, I started with MOD, My Outdesk. They were the ones who gave me the break to be a VA. Just to give a little background, MOD is like a hiring agency, and they focus on real estate investors. But they have a sister company called IVAS, and IVAS does not do any recruitment that is external. Meaning, whenever there's an incoming batch that was hired by MOD, they would do another round of interview, and they would get the best of the best from that batch. So I was lucky enough to be part of that, and then I got to be a part of a team for real estate investors. So IVES is actually pretty known in the States. They're a big company. I was hired as a VA, and then the first month that I handled the leads for my employer at that time, he was actually on the top three, the most known real estate investor in Houston, Texas. Within the first month, I was promoted to being a lead manager. So I handled my own team, I handled the acquisitions team, and everything like that. That's where I started. But
She's
I think
big
the
time.
shut up.
Uh,
I think the better question there is why do I love this job? It's because, and this is something that I normally tell everyone. When you're a VA, you don't stop learning. And the things that you learn being a VA, you don't get to learn that doing the regular 9 to 5 job. Why? Would you guys believe that from being a real estate agent, or well, a lead manager for a real estate investor, I already became a project manager. I already became an administrative manager. I already became an HR and a recruitment manager, and I already became an executive assistant and an executive manager. Right now, I have one client. This is what Mark and I were talking about earlier. I have several clients for my business, but I only have one client who's actually I am employed under, and he's already bringing his company from the U.S., another branch here in the Philippines, and I would be the one handling that as well. So it's actually a very, very good opportunity because I might get people from this batch to work for me. Okay, so you guys
Hey,
do good.
I'm the first one. Joke.
Yeah, okay. All right, so there, Mark. Mark, when I said question and answer, it's got something to do with what we discussed. Really?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, because we are all newbies in here. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
very
know.
things. It's very inspiring actually to hear people, like sharing their own experiences about work, so that we will relieve our anxieties, that kind of stuff. So
Guys,
yeah.
if you guys are looking for something really inspiring, this I share. The business that we have, we don't really get much money from it. And I am about to let go of a client. The business actually is not even like months old. It's just on its second month. Mark here, he started asking around what a VA does. And right now, he's already learning WordPress. He already has got his own business. And that's just by asking around. And we're already giving and doing a workshop which could actually save you guys from looking around. You have each other, and you have us, me and Rochelle and Mark. You guys have us for you to ask anytime, as long as the question is not yet tackled or answered several times. Again, that's one of my pet peeves. I'm gonna kick you guys. No, I'm kidding. So, any other questions?
Let me just add too. There's a lot of people out there who will be charging you, like, there's a guy. 3 years ago, I asked him, hey guy, you have a very interesting job, and can you teach me that? And he said, okay, but you need to pay me 50,000 pesos.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll sit down and talk next time. So they're not willing to share the things that these guys are sharing us. So I am very appreciative of you guys, Joe and Rochelle, for sharing the knowledge that you have. So yeah.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
Jay is the
Oh,
brain of all this.
no, not.
Hey, I'm talking.
All right.
Jay
Any
is the
other
brain of all this. Hey, I'm
That's actually good in giving back to the society. You get some blessings in your life, you give it back to people, you get it 10 times back, like that. So
true? Rich,
I'm
you were
not so
saying.
fond of Jay anymore. I hate you. I'm laughing. Um, I just want to say that um, being a newbie myself before, of course, I was very reluctant as well. Joining this type of industry, I heard it from a friend who did good during the time that she was working. She's already in the States, by the way, married to an American, which she met through being a VA. God, Jay, this is so familiar. Um, so, you know, we understand um, why everyone is unsure or everyone has a lot of questions when it comes to people working at home. We get a lot of criticisms. We hear a lot of people saying it's not real work. Let me tell you this. I've earned not too big, not as much as some people boast around some pages. I'm not going to say anything else besides that. Uh, but I have contributed to my family's needs. I've contributed to my parents' needs. I've got I bought some things from my salary as a VA. This is a real job. This is a job that you can pursue. This is a job that you can do for years and work up to the ladder. But when you work on that, when you want to be on top, please do not step on anyone. Do not
Hmm.
make a staircase of people. That is just not good. That is just evil. Just like the evil clients that I'm talking about.
And
I
disgusting.
talked about. Um, it is a must even in the VA industry, even as a VA. If you must work, if you must achieve something, if you must aim for the top, be honest, um, do your best, learn skills, and work for it. Just work for it, but don't overwork yourself like me now. Sorry, I can't let you see how I look like right now because really, Jay knows why. I've I talked to her earlier. Again, just I hope you learn a lot of things. Those the myths that I talked about earlier, I heard them, I experienced them. Just Jude, are you bored? Because Jay is asking you. Ah, oh, Filipino. Oh. Ah, Jude is. Are you bored, Jude? Just tell us if you're bored, okay?
No, no, I'm just checking my phone.
mm,
Next time I
mm,
would say no phones allowed.
not concentrating.
Correct. No, we're kidding. Tomorrow it's gonna be more interactive, I assure you guys. And you guys can't be distracted because I would be gauging you guys starting tomorrow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
thank you for being part of the first batch. Although some of your batchmates are not here
Yeah.
for some reason. Not sure why.
Jude and Jenny. Oh, I'm sorry, Rich, are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
Sorry for the long talk. I hate you guys.
Yeah.
No, I love you.
Jude and Jenny, I want to hear you guys. I want to know if you guys have questions. You should
Yeah,
have
you guys ask
questions.
questions this time. I need to shut my mouth for a couple of minutes.
Mark, it's like telling me I'm very talkative. Oh.
No, no, no. I'm just saying that I've been asking all the questions today, so other
Okay,
people must
it's
take
their
the
turn.
floor. Yeah,
Sorry.
Who would
Sorry,
want to go
guys.
first?
you're in mute.
Johnny, you're on mute. Johnny,
Jenny,
you're
you're on
on
mute.
mute. Click the unmute button, please.
Click the red button.
Jenny? I think she's not. Jenny, can you hear us? Can you check your...
Jenny, can you type on the chat box instead?
You can type.
Can you type on the chat box? Are you using your iPad? If you are using your iPad, there might be a problem with your headset or something.
I thought you were gonna say there might be a problem with your head or something.
Headset.
Jenny, we can't hear you. You might want to type.
Just type on the chat box.
I think she's typing, but it's taking time. Let's start with Jude first.
Yes, let's go
Yeah.
to Jude.
While Jenny is
Hey,
typing.
Jude.
I have no questions right now.
No, I'm not gonna accept that. You don't have any questions?
Yes, not
I
yet.
see. See, I said something in Tagalog. Okay, if you don't have any questions, I have a question for you. Amongst the myths that Rochelle tackled, what is the one thing that you're not familiar with?
Not
Oh, that's
familiar with.
interesting.
Let's just say, I want to talk about the things that I want to focus on.
Which is?
Web development and social media and SEO.
The web development and SEO are very particular VA positions and VA skill sets and VA knowledge. And I will be very, very blunt. We're not going to be tackling that because this is a general VA workshop. But I could definitely tell you that Mark here would be handling his own workshops for basic workshop or WordPress rather 101. So you might want to join that workshop, which is what we're going to be marketing soon. However, since you are already here, and I hope that you actually listened earlier when we were tackling things, maybe you've taken down notes about what Rich presented earlier.
Yes.
Yes, I thought he was going to say no. I was going to say, "Oh no, Jude, what have you done?" No, that's fine.
So if you did, can you like share to us what you've retained from it?
About the myth and
The myths, yes.
yes, and skill types.
Hmm. Can you be particular? Like, just give us one particular thing that you remember.
Uh, what about the skills or the myth
Myths, yes.
that there are no distractions when you are working from home?
Like that one.
Yeah, like that one. I heard that too.
Because I
Yeah,
heard that.
there will be distractions. Let me share one. It's Jay. No, just kidding.
Really? All right, Janina, Jenny, where are you?
She's there. I think she's still connecting, but
I think she's still typing.
Mian is not talking really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
can you? Well, she could type for herself. I want her,
I
man.
think so.
I want you to type any question that you may have based on what we discussed. If it's something that we haven't discussed yet, we most probably would be discussing it in the future or along throughout the workshop. So what I want you to do right now is like ask a question about what we did or what we just
Yeah.
tackled.
Just ask anything. No, just ask about the myths.
Just type
Um,
it. Just ask about the myths. What about the ones I discussed? Really?
Those are not important. I love you.
Wow! Exact. Exact.
You guys will hear us say things that might sound what
Crazy.
might sound harsh on each other, but no, we're just used to each other.
Is she typing, Mark? Is she
No.
going to be?
No, I think
Asking anything?
she's not
She's not.
typing. She
All right.
typing.
just wants to listen.
Guys, tomorrow I expect everyone to participate. Okay,
To talk
seriously going to
tea
be
stuff.
gauging you guys by tomorrow. Okay, I'm expecting Janina to have a lot of questions. To be honest.
And she's not yet around. I think she's
All right.
switching it.
We can continue this tomorrow. I would be opening the day two tomorrow with the continuation of the question and answer and introduction to the other members of this batch who weren't or who aren't with us today. So let's wrap it up for now. Anything that you guys want to say before we close this day one?
Oh no, everything's good.
Jude,
Yes, I'm okay.
no,
All good.
you're okay. You're all good. I'm gonna kick you.
All good.
All right. Well, we'll see.
You know what,
What?
Jay? You know what Jude who Jude reminds me of?
Who?
Roel.
Oh my lord.
No, no. Don't take any offense on that. He
Yeah.
just sounds like you, Jude. He's a former
He's a
colleague
best
of
friend of
ours.
mine.
Yeah. But I hope you won't be like him. I pray you won't be like him. Please don't be like him.
You guys would
Um,
have an assignment from me, and I'm going to be posting it on the group's wall. Jude,
Yeah.
I if you think this is not the right workshop for you, it's okay if you would like to not attend anymore. However, let me just give you a tip that everyone starts at the with the basic or with the basics rather.
mhm.
Uh, you could learn SEO, you could learn web development, but if you do not have the basic idea on where to go, how to look for clients in a sense, the where to apply, and how to do your applications, especially your cover letter, then you're going to be wasting the skill sets that you have on the technical side. So you might still want to continue this. And again, this is an opportunity that others would really want to have. So
Yes,
I
I
hope
think
you
she's
think
right.
about it.
Getting clients is probably the most difficult thing that one person can have. You know, you can, I mean, finding the right clients at the right place is also very crucial. I mean, skills, bro, regarding WordPress, you can learn that by yourself if you're really, interested in that. SEO regarding
Yes,
search engine. Hmm, yeah,
yes,
sorry, you muted yourself.
sorry.
You muted yourself.
Bloopers.
Now you're on mute.
All right,
Okay.
there. I've unmuted you.
Now, I'll go on with the workshop.
Okay.
Already a little bit about this WordPress and
Don't
learning
worry.
a little.
We'll have Mark handle that. He would have a free workshop for his first batch, right, Mark? And then we might include you with it. But that's going to be up to Mark because that's his workshop.
Yeah, but I think that he already knows the basics too. But yeah, I'll be tackling the basic stuff too. So yeah.
All right. So, Janina mentioned that she cannot unmute, but yes, I have lots of questions, but I really just want to let you guys know I appreciate the knowledge and experiences you shared. We would be tackling, again, as I said earlier, before we start the modules tomorrow, we would definitely be asking you guys for your questions again, so don't worry. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Guys, if ever because we're not really sure if this was recorded. If it was recorded, I'll be sending you guys the link so that you guys could review everything. And then, Rich, maybe we could share the presentation to everyone. Maybe we don't have to share it like on PowerPoint, but maybe we could make a document out of it, right? Right, Rich? Yes, right. And then we sell it to them. Right, Rich? Yes, right. Okay.
You're talking to yourself? Yes, of
Well,
course.
all right.
Yes. It's
We'll be sharing it to you
150
guys.
per head, okay?
Grabe. So, any
Just
other
joking.
questions?
No other
No
questions.
more?
We'll see each
I
other.
thank you, Mark. No question.
Yes.
All right. We'll see each other tomorrow again, 9
Right.
p.m. All right,
Okay.
guys?
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Bye bye.
sending. Bye. Bye, Jude. Bye, Jenny. Bye, Rochelle.
Bye.
Bye,
Have a
Mark.
great
Shoot.
night. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.